Hello, my friends, and welcome to the Pathway channel. Today we will discuss the chronic lymphocytic leukemia, the small lymphocytic lymphoma. And this biopsy here, it's a core biopsy from the supraclavicular lymph node. And from the low power, we are at the 2x. And I just want to appreciate whether we still have any preserved architecture or it's all lost or it's all effaced by the proliferating cells. So from this view, from this low power, maybe we can see still remnants of or a nodular appearance, but overall I can tell that this lymph node, it's all effaced by these small proliferating cells. At this power, I cannot judge whether they are small or not, but at least I can tell that they are all looking the same. I don't have any weird or any large cells in between this kind of sheets of blue cells in front of me. For me, at this power, I can say that we have kind of a differential diagnosis if this turned out to be all small cells, but I need to go on higher power to see if I can appreciate any abnormal cells or just to confirm that they are all looking the same. I actually jumped directly to the 10x on this lymph node. And at this power again, without moving the lens, I can see that they are still for me looking the same as small cells. These small dots, blue dots, I can tell from this power they will have a condensed chromatin and they look all the same. I cannot see any abnormal or any different population of cells. So I'll just move a bit. Again, at this view, they are all looking the same, small, and no large cells are appreciated at this power. Now we are at 40x, and I just need to adjust the focus. Yes, so at this power, again, if you can appreciate here, we all have the same pattern of cells. So we have very minimum amount of cytoplasm for these cells. The nucleus, they are from rounded to a bit irregular borders, and they have this condensed chromatin. At this power, and if I don't see any large cells or different population of cells, I can at least tell that we have an indolent lymphoma or a reactive lymph node. But of course, we need some stains to exclude other differentials and to confirm that this is a lymphoma disease or lymphoma disorder going on. So the differentials will be the SLL. It can be mantle cell lymphoma, marginal lymphoma, or follicular lymphoma. We will need some stains to confirm this morphology of these small cells. Let's start by the CD20. For the stains, I usually use low power to see the pattern of staining. And this is the CD20. And as you can see, the CD20 is highly positive. It's staining mostly all of these small cells. So this is B cells. So now we can identify that these cells, they are B cells, not T cells. And these empty spaces, they are partially T lymphocytes, or they are just empty spaces as this part. Just to confirm, I will go on a higher power to see why we don't have the stain in this area. Yeah, so this is just an empty space here, and we have some lymphocytes, but very minimum amount of lymphocytes. They are not taking the CD20 stain. So this is all B cells. Let's go and see whether we have any population of T lymphocytes or not. So for the T lymphocytes, we will go on the CD5. to see the pattern of staining. So we have the CD5 positive, and till now I will just mention that the CD5 is positive, and we have two possibilities. Either these are T lymphocytes or they are aberrant B cells that are taking the CD5, and this is one of the markers that can differentiate. Now in the differential, it's either with this CD5 positive, because the CD5 positive cells, they are the same population which got the CD20. So B cells taking CD20 stain, and again, they are taking the CD5 stain. So they are aberrant B cells. So by this stain, the CD5, I excluded the marginal lymphoma because it should be CD10 and CD5 negative. And I also excluded the follicular lymphoma, which should be CD5 negative. So now on my differential, I have this is confirmed to be a lymphoma, indolent lymphoma, and it's either the CLL, SLL, or the mantle cell lymphoma. To differentiate between them, I can do the Cyclin D1. Cyclin D1 is positive in mantle cell lymphoma and is negative in the CLL, SLL. So this is the Cyclin D1. And as you can see, it's negative. This is just scattered cells or maybe artifact, but they are all the population which took the CD20 stain, they all stain negative for Cyclin D. So I excluded by this the presence of mantle cell lymphoma. Just to confirm things or for completion of the case, we will go for CD21. The CD21 usually, or it's a stain for the follicular dendritic meshwork, and here it's still preserved. So though we have a lymphoma, but we still having or still preserving these follicles or pseudofollicles. So this is the follicular dendritic meshwork is stained by CD21. We'll go for Kappa and Lambda stain just to confirm we don't have any restriction. So this is the Kappa stain. As you can see, it stains the plasma cells here. And please remember this shape, because I will turn to the lambda to see whether we have any restricted population or they are polytypic. So this is the lambda, and I can say that they both have the same stain. So this is a polytypic population. I'll go first for the Ki 67 to see the proliferation index, and usually we do the Ki 67 in all cases of lymphoma to see or to judge whether it's highly proliferative or it's not. And as you can see here, we diagnosed this case with proliferation index of 5%. So it is an indolent lymphoma. The Ki 67 is just these dots that are stained. Otherwise, they are all negative. And here it's more at the germinal center, which is a usual or it's a normal, not a pathogenic thing to have the germinal center stained by Ki 67. This was the case of the CLL, SLL. I hope you like it, and I will try to put the stains on the screen so you can hear them and see them written on the screen and compare them to other videos of lymphoproliferative disorders. Thank you, and please like and subscribe to our channel.